Hey everybody, Ryan here. Today we're going to go over how to make a stack data structure in JavaScript from complete scratch. The reason I wanted to make this video today is I saw someone comment on Reddit that they had an interview and then they didn't get the job because someone asked them to implement a stack data structure in JavaScript without using pop or push array methods, and they weren't able to do it. And so I wanted to make this video for anybody who's curious. This is how you would do that. So right now I just have a function called stack, and it's just returning an object. And so all we have to do is make up top here, I'm going to say let stack, and then we're going to make that equal just an array. Now this could be a const. I'm doing let because it just lets people know that this variable is probably going to change values a lot, and we actually are going to be reassigning it. So okay, so in the object we're returning, we're going to have our methods. So I'll say push, and then that's going to be an arrow function. And then inside of our arrow function is going to take the new item. And then there's multiple ways to do this. The ES6 way would be just to have the stack equals a new array, and then we spread out the stack, and then we just add the new item. Now, that's one way to do it. We're just using the spread operator from ES6 to spread out the existing stack and then adding in the item on the end. I'm going to show you another way to do it, and that way is with a for loop, the old school way. So we're just going to say let new stack equals an empty array, and then we're going to say for let, actually so instead of you guys sitting here watching me type this out, I've already made one. So I'm going to just paste it in. So, okay, what's going on here? So we are creating a variable called new stack. We don't need this anymore, but I'm just leaving it there. We're creating a variable called new stack, and then we're going to loop through our existing stack if there's anything in there, and we're just going to basically copy that stack, the existing stack array, into our new stack array. And then once we get to the end, meaning that I is equal to stack.length, that's why we need this equals here. If that's true, we're going to say, now we're at the very end of the array, we're going to place the new item. And then we're going to just overwrite this stack with our new stack. And then we're just going to break out of the loop because we don't want to do this anymore. Anytime this is not true, so anytime we're not at the end of the stack or the array, we are going to just say wherever we are in the stack or in the count, we're going to place that value from the existing stack. So it's a long way of copying the existing array, and then at the very end, we just say once we're done copying the array, once we're at the very end, we're going to place the new item at the very end. So that would look, let's just make, so we can see our results, we're also going to make a print function. And we're just going to say console.log stack value. We'll just add a flag in there, and then we'll just say value. No, we're not going to say value. We're going to say stack. Okay. And so now we have to create our stack first of all. So I have to say const my stack. We can call it whatever we want. Equals stack. We don't need the new keyword necessarily here because we're just returning this object. Some people like to use the new keyword. I don't really, unless I have to. So we don't need it right here. We're already calling this function. It's returning this object for us with these methods in it, the print and the push method. So we could say my stack dot print, and then we'll say my stack dot push value 1, and then we'll say my stack dot push Ryan, why not? And then we'll say my stack dot print again. And so when we run this, hopefully it doesn't break. It probably will. Let's see here. So unexpected end of input. We have this there. I forgot to add a comma there. That might have been part of it. No. Let's see. Push return. We have that. What is this for? No, that's okay. We never actually closed out. Okay, that's the end of our for loop. Yeah, we need to add. We forgot a bracket here. As always, forgetting brackets. So that closes out our push. And then this closes out our object that we're returning. There we go. Okay, so we have stack value is empty array. That's our first print. We add the two values, value 1 and Ryan, and then we have another print and we print out the values there. Okay, cool. So now we're going to do one last thing, the pop. We're going to do kind of the same thing. We're just going to say let new stack equals an array. And then we're going to say for let, actually I have it here already. I'm just going to paste it in. So there's our new stack. And what's important here in this one is we're iterating through, but then we're only comparing when it's less than the stack.length minus 1. So we're basically copying the array, and then once it gets to the second to last thing, the second to last value, it doesn't satisfy this condition anymore, and now it just stops. And so we just have the array with one less item in it. So then I could say, we have print down here, we'll just say my stack dot pop, and then we'll say my stack dot print again. And it didn't work. Let's find out why. So we have new stack I, because we didn't assign stack is now equal to new stack. And we'll try it again. There we go. Okay, so we have empty value, we push the two values, we print again, so that's that second print, then we call pop, and then we print again, and now we just have value 1. If I were to add another one in there, actually let's just copy both of these lines, and we'll print it out. So now we'll have value, and then it's an empty array again. Okay, so the bigger picture thing here to remember is that this is not the only way to do this. I know I showed you this ES6 way, and I showed you these old ways of doing it. There's other ways to do this. The way to think about data structures is that it's just sort of an entity with certain properties. Now a stack, the properties a stack has is that it's sort of like a stack of plates. So you can put values in, and then you can pull values out, but only from the top of the stack. So it's like a stack of plates, like at a buffet or something. So you have the stack, you put a plate on, you pull a plate off. You can't go inside the middle of the stack. You always have to go drill down into the stack by pulling things off, and then you can put things back on the stack. Those are the qualities of a stack. The actual implementation can literally be, there's an infinite number of ways of doing it. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about data structures, is that there's no one fixed way of doing it. You can look at these recipes, you can kind of figure things out, but once you understand the actual qualities of those data structures that they're supposed to have, implementing them becomes a lot easier, because then you can just think about them abstractly of, I need it to be able to do this, I need it to be able to do that. You can't do it this way or that way. So it's important to not just remember how to do things, but what those things are and the qualities of those data structures. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.